My name is Illmac. I'm an artist and a writer, and I'm the creator / founder of Rap Off. I've been rapping over 20 years, since I was 11 years old.
I never played you though, only play in my position, making sacrifices, trying to paint the picture I envision. I've taken losses and been taken hostage by ambition. I seek out heaven, I'm giving my life as my admission.
Just a brief history in case you're unfamiliar. I came up in battle rap. I won my first, battle event when I was 15 years old back in 2001.
Seeing me, I'm going out or busting. The only reason your style's called freestyle, cause it ain't worth nothing.
I was addicted from that point on. Following that, I went on to win some of the biggest battle rap competitions in the world, starting in 2004 with Scribble Jam.
The 2004 Scribble Jam MC champion is the new generation Ill motherfucking Magalith.
To the World Rap Championships back-to-back in 06 and 07. 2015, I won the KOTD Championship necklace.
The winner of the battle and the king of the dot chain and new king of the dot champion,
And you get the point. The point being that I've spent over half my life, in battle rap, entrenched in the culture. In 2017, 2018 is when I came up with the idea to create a cartoon series centered around battle rap. So I found an animator, Andre Salaf, who is super talented. He's worked on series like Regular Show, Adventure Time, Big Mouth, and more. But more importantly, he understood battle rap. He understood the culture, and he understood the vision. The idea that with the cartoon series, I wanted to create something that was more universal, that could reach people that weren't necessarily battle rap fans, but that was true to the art form, in the writing style. We weren't trying to create a parody. That nuance, he really understood. And I believe May 2018, we dropped our first cartoon, Ketchup versus Mustard.
I'm in the refrigerator! Ooh.
Ketchup vs. Mustard went absolutely crazy. It did basically what we set out to do. Millions of views. The YouTube has over 3 million, but meme accounts and other posts across socials, it's well over 20 million. I think people really reacted to those things that we set out to do with intention. There's a ton of reaction videos on Ketchup vs. Mustard. They almost all start the same in the way it's all right, I got requested to watch this. And you could tell they're skeptical because they think it's gonna be some corny shit. And then the instant Ketchup comes out the gate barring, they're surprised, what? Wait a minute, they're actually barring out? And that was the entire intention. We wanted to be universal with the characters involved that everybody could relate to, but still be true to the form and actually spitting bars. So I knew we had struck a chord at that point. With the time-consuming nature of creating a cartoon and the cost associated with it to produce, it ended up taking over a year to actually release our follow-up, which was Dog vs. Cat.
That's your plan of attack? Wait, let's look at your man in the back. How you dissing me when your man's is an actual rat? I ain't no rat. Word the mother, baby.
Dog vs. Cat had, similar reception and reactions. Off the heels of that, in second successful drop, it kind of opened some doors. We started doing pitch meetings with different networks. We found ourselves in a development deal with a major studio. This is about the time of the pandemic. What happened over the next year, we developed a whole series, story arcs, a whole season, pilot episode and all that, and main characters. But, during that pandemic, timelines got pushed. I found myself wanting to protect the IP and the creative vision behind Rap Off. So A year later, basically, on the heels of like securing that development deal, we amicably split. At that point, we were left like, okay, we can do another round of pitches. We can see if we get any bites back, anybody interested. In all transparency, it was a bit of a rough patch. It really felt like there was a huge roadblock in the way of the creation of something that I really believed in. You know, obviously spending most of my life in this art form, I've learned to appreciate and recognize, like, even across modern literature and poetry and art forms, like battle rap really utilizes human language in a way with literary devices, idioms, double entendres, cleverness, wit, punchlines, metaphors, and similes. It utilizes and manipulates human language, I would say, in a much more creative way than any other art form. So I wanted to put that on a stage that anyone could watch. Battle rap being such a niche culture, I wanted to give it that platform. So it was serendipitous that in the midst of this rough patch, someone had reached out online and said, yo, Rap Off, this is perfect for the NFT space. My ears perked up. I had a basic understanding of a digital asset and digital property, and was more in line of like, you know, normies who are like, oh, like a JPEG for millions of dollars. It wasn't until, you know, someone put me on Bored Ape Yacht Club, for instance, and the community aspect, the entire way of empowering your community to create with you, but also the community empowering content creators. That aspect of it just clicked all of a sudden. Oh, this is Kickstarter, this is Patreon, but more interactive. When I first was developing the ideas behind Rap Off, I wanted to have each character having their own social media account and calling each other out, progressing storylines and beefs on social media, but it'd be animated. So it's Ketchup with selfie view, calling out Mustard, you know, Mustard responding, selfie view, posted on Instagram stories, like saying, like, yo, my bars were slept on. Like, I wanted to create this whole world. And what I quickly realized diving into Web3 face first was I was kind of envisioning the metaverse before I really knew what it was. It became very apparent pretty quickly that the similarities in culture between these niche communities, you know, battle rap is an insulary community. It isn't mainstream, but there's hints of it. You know, you have shows like Drop the Mic, you have shows like Wildin' Out, you had 8 Mile. Fuck, man, shit. Fuck. Within battle rap, there's so many inside references that sometimes doesn't allow the culture to reach its full potential and reach the audience that I think it could. And it's kind of the same thing with Web3. There's an unfamiliarity, and it's also a niche community. There's a lot of common values in my vision with Rap Off and the Web3 community of wanting to empower battle rappers to use some of these talents to not only step in the ring in real life, but to do it in animated form. Peanut butter versus jelly, ketchup versus mustard, dog versus cat, or Bored Ape versus CryptoPunk. That's where it all comes together and these worlds collide. I remember when I was young, elementary school, being asked, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? At one point, I wanted to make cartoons. I was terrible at drawing. I wanted to be a writer. I loved reading and writing. And that naturally transitioned into my love for music. I can remember 3 different, you know, vivid times in my early life that one of my dreams was either to create cartoons, to be a writer, to make music, to be a rapper. And Rap Off in this like weird way has become this manifestation of living all of my childhood dreams at once. One thing that I think does make Rap Off special is that it is pre-existing IP. There's a community that's already behind it. Whereas some projects, you know, in the space you might see, it's like the idea is to pitch an idea, mint your collection, and then go figure it out and put it all together. We'll do a cartoon on the roadmap. We'll do these things. It was important for me bringing Rap Off and the IP into the space, knowing that this isn't a short-term vision. I wanted to make sure that we drop multiple cartoons before Mint. You know, we dropped Mustard Freestyle, where we have Method Man voicing a mustard bottle, you know?
Keep going. If you can't relate to the talk, you have to table your thoughts. These rappers labeled a fraud. Killers snatch your plate. You can't escape from New York, where you get peppered with bullets and aggravated assault.
Yeah. That's something off the bucket list I didn't even know was on there. We have Peanut Butter vs. Jelly in production. We have another radio freestyle cartoon with a character from, you know, the upcoming collection. And we have Bored Ape versus CryptoPunk. That is sort of our first piece of content that serves as a bridge and proof of concept to show we're coming into this Web3 space, and through our platform, we can give these different projects a voice and translate them into the Rap-Off universe. The digital collection, taking original characters like Ketchup, Mustard, and Butter and allowing the community to collect these pieces of art, those pieces of art will also act as keys that unlock different benefits within the Rap-Off community. If you own one, you'll be able to get into Rap-Off live events for free. You'll be able to get the pay-per-view for free. There's the possibility of cameos of your exact character in future battles, voting on who you want to see perform or battle at the events or in cartoon form. I think one of the big philosophies of Rap-Off is to create a relationship between artists, creators, and community that is more based on participation rather than consumption. I've seen some of the comments and things from, you know, Rap-Off supporters and where we're at in the evolution of this new technology and user friendliness. I think some people are like, oh, NFTs, like, I just want to see the cartoons, and that's okay. We want to create a valuable experience with our community that supports the collection, because our collection is going to be the gas in the tank. That's what's going to allow us to create more cartoons. There was a year between Ketchup versus Mustard and Dog versus Cat because we didn't have resources. It's been going on 3 years since we dropped Dog vs. Cat because those resources and ability to put time into the production of the cartoons just wasn't there. So this collection is going to be able to put the gas in the tank for Rap-Off, and if you support that and you're part of the collection, there will be a lot of value in that. And if you're not, we still want you to be an active member in the community. We still want you to enjoy the content. It's not based on gatekeeping or exclusivity. It's really just about building bridges. And whether you take part in the actual building process, you're still able to cross the bridge.